When I first started playing hooky from junior high school, hanging out in front of Morris High School, everybody thought I was in high school. Nobody never knew I was from junior high school because I never told nobody. And then I ran into some dudes, and they was in this gang that was called THB. That was called the Hughes Boys. So they was way far from where we at. They was from Hughes Avenue. And I started rocking with these dudes for a minute. And that's where the starting to learn how to rob came from. I used to go with them to the bus stops, and we used to rob people in the bus stops for their bus passes. So we used to take everybody's bus passes, and then I used to go with them. I think it was to Clinton High School, and we used to sell the bus passes to everybody over there. So that's where I got my little hustle from at first, was to get money, because I didn't have no money. I didn't have no job. I didn't know nothing about working, nothing. My mother wasn't giving me no money. It was rough. And then I wasn't even into the drug game at that time. At that time, it was just going to bus stops. So then I started going to my own bus stop at my block, around my way, at a place called The Ranch. It's Davidson Little Davidson Projects, and at The Ranch, that's where Sace is from. With Sammy, my boy Sace. That's where he live at. It's a lot of stories too. That's gonna come from that. But in that corner, that bus stop, I used to, I'm not, now today, I'm not proud of it. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, it was like my grand hustle, man. I used to be at that bus stop, man. I used to just rob everybody for the bus passes, and then it got to the point where nobody wanted to go to that bus stop no more because they knew what was going to happen. So we moved to the next bus stop. So the next bus stop was everybody that was going to high school. So we needed to hustle.
Before you get into that, though, so at this time, you got the ratchet?
No.
How are you robbing them then?
Used to beat the shit out of people, bro.
That's it?
We used to do what we call scatter. So all my family is watching. They know what scatter boom means. So we used to just scatter people, just flip on people right there in the bus stop. And just if they didn't want to give the bus pass up, we just straight up, we just rock people. The gunplay came later, you know what I'm saying? When we had to have the gunplay at that time, it wasn't really that, like that. You know what I'm saying? We would just flip on people. Dude, we used to run with crews. You know what I mean? So once one person swings, the other 30 swing too.
Ladies and stuff though, right?
Huh?
You're not talking about robbing old ladies though, right?
Nah. This is bus stop, teenage, stuff. We didn't do that. We didn't rock like that. I got stories about that too, of people that done stuff. Yeah, we could talk about that too in a minute. But yeah, we used to just, pretty much rob each other. Real talk. So then we moved to the next bus stop, because this bus stop, they didn't want to go there no more. So when we went to the next stop, we found out that we could get some free leather bombers and V bombers and all that. Not really free, but these high schoolers was different. They was wearing different stuff from the little junior high school people. So then that's when that came in. And that's got a fucking story too. All right. About Charlie Rock. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give everybody a whole history lesson of Charlie Rock.
Can we wait to get into that though?
No, yeah, we are, but I just want everybody to stay tuned, because I got a real story history about Charlie Rock. Real shit. No cap in here. You know what I'm saying? With love and respect to my brother that we lost. Rest in peace.
Rest in
peace.
We're
gonna talk some real shit.
So at what age would you say that you started the robbing? 15?
About 14, 15.
14, 15. Okay. And then what age do you meet Joe?
That was a couple, probably a couple of years later, a year or two later.
Okay.
I met Joe through one of the I call the press the prez or the vice prez of the real family of the Terror Squad, the original Terror Squad, Little Heck.
Okay, so tell the story about how you met Terror Squad first, and then you got to Joe. So all
right, so I mentioned Little Heck. Let's go with Little Heck. Okay. So remember I said I used to cut school, and then go to Forest, and then hang out over there, and met that crew, the Hughes boys. And then I ended up getting it just so we could stay there and then we could go to the next thing. With the Hughes boys, I ended up getting into a problem with them. Not with them. More of the dude that used to run the crew. I guess the prez or whatever. He started asking for dues. So to be in his crew, you had to pay him.
Mm.
So I was like, I ain't paying you shit. I'm not paying nobody nothing. So it became a problem. And then when that happened, I started my own crew. And when I did my own crew, big up to Slice. I love you, my brother. Love you, my dude. Slice is one of the dudes, saying that we did the crew with. So we ended up flipping on this crew and whatever and all of that. And then I stopped hanging with them. So I started hanging with a whole new crew out there because I was always over there. And then this was before Terror Squad and that. I started hanging out with a lot of the dudes and everything, like Lord Finesse and all of them. So a year goes by. I go to high school now. Now I'm in my zone school. I'm in Morris High School. First, that's a lie. First, they said I went to art and design. I got accepted into art and design. I remember I said I used to draw.
Right.
So I used to go to, I got accepted into art and design. About 2 months later, I got kicked out of art and design.
So is art and design kind of like a private school or like a school for like?
Yeah, it was a private school at that time. You had to be accepted to get into the school. So it was a art school, art, music, all of that. Remember that shit, Fame?
Right.
It was something like that.
So that like kids from the inner city that are there, or is it more like people that got?
It was a mixture. It wasn't like singled out there. It was a mixture. If you get accepted in the school, you get accepted. Mumbo, I used to hang out at junior high school. I used to hang out at Morris, and I used to actually go inside of Morris High School in the art and hang out in an art room. And it was, with an art teacher, his name was called Mr. Jamal, and he knew I was in the junior high school, but he used to still let me hang out in that classroom. You know what I mean? So I used to hang out in that classroom all the time from junior high school, sneak in there, and I used to be in the art room all the time. So in the art room, there used to be this name. And it used to be all the time, either on the board or whatever. And it was, graffiti was the shit, then. And it said Rice, R-I-C-E. It was a tag that said Rice. And I used to see this shit, and I used to take the eraser, and I used to erase it. Then I used to write Tomb, because that was my name back in the days. It was Tomb. So I used to come, my shit was erased. Back and forth. The next year, I'm in the school now. I'm a student in the school. I'm in high school now. So I never went to class. I used to just go to that art classroom. We never went nowhere but that art classroom. I used to go to my homeroom, check in, and then the rest of the day I used to be in our art class. So that's how I ended up meeting the first person from Terror Squad, was Little Heck. And the reason I met him was because I seen the name again on the board and it said Rice, and I crossed the shit out. And the dude said, yo, why you keep crossing out my name, bro? And I turned around and it was this real fucking small dude, real short dude. Yo, I like
at this age, you stocky, you huge already?
No. I was like this, bro. Like right now, I'm like a good 230, 235, 40, whatever. I don't even weigh myself. I'm like about 240. At that time, I think I was like 120 pounds, 130 pounds, very skinny. And then so I met. This is how I met Little Heck, because of that. So from there, me and dude just became so really, 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 really tight. And then I found myself just being with him. I was never hanging out with nobody else but him. And then, like my little crew, my crew that I built with my brothers, with Rock Rome, Teak Flav, and P-Funk, and all of these cats and stuff, like had my own little clique. But Little Heck, man, I just got really bonded with the dude, man, like very, very bonded with him. And then we used to just always be together. We used to hang out together and everything. And then we used to always be in the benches at Forest Projects, the first building. It was Forest Projects right there. We used to be in the benches just hanging out. And my introduction to Joe was through Little Heck. We were all young. We were teenagers. We were all teenagers. And I remember Joe.
Did you know Heck was in Terror Squad at that time? Did he ever bring up Terror?
It wasn't even Terror Squad. It was TS. It was like the squad. You feel me? It wasn't like, the Terror Squad. The Terror Squad that we were known for, that came later.
Okay.
That came later when shit was when we was shit started popping. But that came later. Little Heck and remember, I wasn't even out. I just met Heck. I didn't know the rest of the crew, the rest of the family, or their business, or how their life in Forest Projects. Even though Forest Projects was 2 blocks away from my house where I came up at.